Oh my goodness. Hello, 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 hello. Dee dee doo, dee dee doo, dee dee doo. What's up, cuties? Okay. What's up, Shannon? How you doing, baby? God damn it. Okay. All right. What's up, guys? What's up, Leo Empress? What's up, Dominic? What's up, Vanessa? What's up, Mason? Been through it emotionally, but doing better. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope you're okay. What's up, Janice? Thanks for advice. Charge $500 for reaching out. Huh? Wait, what do you mean? Oh, wait. Wait, I don't think remember. Oh, oh my God. Period. I mean, honestly, listen, I did it. It worked for me. You know what I'm saying? You got to make it worth your time, baby. Got to make it worth your time. It's nice to see you, Janice. Yeah, it took me a moment. What's up, Lori? What's up, Deb? Whatever. I absolutely still stand by that statement. I will 100% stand by that statement. If somebody keeps messing up in your life and now it's not getting worth it to F with them for free, then have them book an appointment for a Zoom meeting if they want contact with you. That is what I do. Like, okay, if you mess up enough, now I'm going to have you go to my website and book a Zoom call with me. I literally have done that before. It works. Oh, of course. You're welcome, Janice, anytime. It was such a pleasure to speak with you. I'm getting out of it. First class is done. Thank goodness. Yay! I'm so proud of you. Well, welcome, guys. Welcome to All Signs. I'm so glad to have you guys here, obviously. We're going to be taking a look at all signs, you and the person that is on your mind. Usually I focus or fixate on romantic, but if you think it may be somebody else, then by all means, apply it where you may. You can honestly check for any placement. It really doesn't matter. These are general readings. If you want to book a personal, you can do so on my website at violettaalexis.com. Now, as far as super chat questions go, for people who do have super chat questions, you can visit hipsy.com/violettaalexis to book all your questions. If you don't want to type it in your browser, you can just check the pinned comment in the chat box and it'll take you right to it. Now, if you order now before I hit the go live on the HYPSEE website, then you will still be able to get your 15% off, but you got to do it within the next 5 minutes. Okay, so something to keep in mind. But I hope you guys have been doing super good. Complexity, it's very nice to see you. Oh my God, I didn't even think about it. Let me turn on that damn AC. Let me do it. Hmm. I hope you guys had a great weekend. My best friend just left today. I was so sad to see him go, honestly. But what are you going to do? No, Vanessa, that's only fun for you guys, okay? That is only fun for you guys. Okay, let's see. All right, everybody hit the thumbs up button if you have not. Yes, I'm one of those kinds of tarot readers. Don't care. Well, that new moon in Taurus yesterday. That's interesting. Okay. Oh my God, I spilt this everywhere. I feel like I'm never actually prepared when I go live. Like, I'm never actually prepared. I was super, super sick. Wasn't able to work for like a week. Hated that as a quadruple earth sign. Haven't gone to the gym in like 2 weeks. Hate that as a 6th house stellium, okay? And then my best friend came here sick, and I just got over being sick. So now I'm drinking orange juice and emergency. I just can't. So hopefully life is a little bit easy on me this week. That'd be really nice. Let me see here. Let me try to share this. Copy link. By the way, I do have an Amazon store. I know that some of you guys ask me what my decks are or certain things that I use or whatever. This is the store. Hold on, let me see. Let me make sure that's the right link. Yes. This is the store. So if you guys ever want to see the kind of tarot cards I'm using, or sometimes I talk about skin products on here, all of my stuff is there. Okay. So save it, follow me on there, whatever you got to do. And then that way you will know. You will know the stuff that I use. On your shirt, need to change it. Honestly, Vanessa, if I took off this shirt right now, I would get banned from YouTube. Okay. So we're not doing that. As much as I love you, I just don't love you that much. All right. Last chance to go and get your 15% off for your super chat question, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. Oh, Vanessa, what did that new moon do to you, honey? You're like, I mean, usually you're pretty pervy, but today is like really extra. Today is definitely something. Vanessa's in heat, I think. I think her and Valeria are synced up. I think that's what's going on. Venus moves into Aries on the 30th, so that's going to be on Wednesday. That's going to be on Wednesday. Not my favorite place for Venus to be, but honestly, while Venus was in Aries for me, I was a lot more independent. I was a lot more cut the shit, you know? So we could definitely be feeling like that. Venus conjunct Neptune in Aries on the 2nd. I feel like we're going to be a little impulsive in regards to love and money, and we're really not knowing what we're signing up for. So I want to say be cautious when it comes to making financial or romantic decisions, especially around the 2nd. Day after, moon opposite Pluto. Don't really like that either. I'm going to be honest with you. Not really here for the moon opposite Pluto. I feel like we can either be very paranoid, or we can be questioning people. We can be very suspicious. Somebody could be very suspicious of us. The moon and Pluto transits are not the best, unless there may be a trine, certainly a sextile, but even with trines, you can't really trust it. But the moon is so penetrable and Pluto is so penetrating, and it can feel very intrusive. So I feel like with this one, we are probably going to be in our feels. It's probably going to feel pretty rocky. It's going to feel like we can't figure out why it is that we're feeling the way that we're feeling, or we're trying to look for an answer that actually is there. We're trying to look for an answer that isn't there. So I definitely feel like some ego battles with that one as well, because the moon will be in Leo. So, and that moon is going to get slaughtered by that Pluto. So just a word of caution in my personal opinion. All right, so let's go ahead and move on here. Let me go ahead and put that I'm live on HYPSEE, and then we can get this show started. Okay. Oh man, did I forget to add the 2 card? No, I didn't. Did I forget to put the 2 card reads? I hope I didn't forget that. I'll feel like a total idiot if I did. All right, so let's go ahead and start here. Let's start with Aries. Okay, Aries. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter placements, or really whatever placement. Let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. Let me make sure my above camera works. Yes, it does. Fabulous. Okay. In your feelings, Aries, we have the 5 of Wands. How you see this person is the Queen of Pentacles reversed. This may be a reversed reading. Keep that in mind. The Page of Wands in reversed for this person's feelings for you and how they see you is the 3 of Swords. So let's take a look at that 5 of Wands first. Ace of Cups, the Hermit in reverse. Okay, so there's some complexity here, but the complexity is coming from your own ego. I think that there's an awareness of that because the Hermit is in reverse. It's likely that you've probably been through some kind of dark night of the soul era, some kind of something that felt very prominent in your life that helped you with humility, or that helped you become more humble, that helped you become more self-aware. And I think because of that, you're learning how to work through that ego within yourself. I think with that Ace of Cups, there's this energy of you kind of showing up in love or having a lot more love to give. So there's almost this conflict between ego versus the love that you have and that you desire to give. So it's really, the conflict is really in you. Okay. And I'm not saying there's not external conflict. I'm not saying that there are not certain things that are influencing you to feel this way, but really it is you. And I think that you know that, or you know that you feel that way. So for instance, let's say that maybe we had a little bit of a spat with our loved one or something like that, right? We had a little bit of a spat, and we know that maybe it's really not a big deal. Okay, maybe it is, but we really miss this person and we aren't talking to this person, but we're in our pride. Well, I was right and they were wrong and da da da, right? And but then there's this other part of you that's like, I don't care, I just miss them, you know? And it doesn't seem like it's anything diabolical, at least from what I can see in your emotions, where I don't know how bad it would really be if you reached out to this person, or, if you guys live together, you said sorry while they're walking by in the kitchen, whatever it is. So it really, to me, it's an awareness of you understanding that it's a battle between you and not anyone else. And sometimes that's the hardest battle to overcome. Because it's a disillusionment of self, or it's a reckoning with who you are, and overcoming that, or being able to understand it, or being able to humble ourselves enough to be open to the information about ourselves can sometimes be the hardest thing because it takes vulnerability. How you see this person: the Queen of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, the Ace of Swords reverse. I don't think this person's talking to you. That's my opinion. With that Queen of Pentacles, Ten of Swords, Ace of Swords in reverse, you may feel like you have betrayed this person. Reverse it if you need to, okay? Reverse it if you need to. I don't care. I'm just telling you what I see. This person is a feminine in your eyes. This individual that you're messing with, that you're in love with, that you're dating, that you're married to, whomever it is. But you feel like they may have said some things that really cut deep for you. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse shows up when she is incredibly insecure. Now that could be because of betrayals. Maybe this person has betrayal trauma. Okay. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, the Ten of Swords. Maybe this is somebody that has some insecurities that have really nothing to do with you. Whatever it is, you view them as having some deep rooted insecurities to the point where maybe they're not taking care of themselves in the way that they used to. Or you may be feeling they're even having some financial problems potentially. Or it's just that you feel like they're not showing up as nurturing as they once were. And that's because of the Ten of Swords. And the Ten of Swords is a deep cut to the bone. It's not anything to mess with. It doesn't feel good. It's not some fuzzy slippers on your feet to begin your day with. It is brutal and it sucks. And you feel like this person may have pulled back or stopped talking to you because of whatever that was. This person's feelings, the Page of Wands reversed, the Fool, and the Seven of Pentacles. I just heard a song now in my head. It goes, before you, it was easy come, easy go. I can't remember who sings it, but it was me and my ex's song. And I don't remember who sung it. Anyway, with this is somebody who is still invested to a point, but I think that at the same time, they're trying to decide, okay, do I try to come back into this, or do I approach this situation with Aries, with a clean spirit, with a clean slate? Or do I start again on my own? Or do I just simply move on altogether? What do I do? So with that Page of Wands in reverse, there can be this energy of like a hesitation or an apprehension in regards to having trust in you, having trust in the connection, having trust in themselves. The Seven of Pentacles being like, okay, we either got to shit or get off the pot. But the Seven of Pentacles is really somebody who is getting impatient with the progress or lack thereof. So I think that this person expected or wants something to happen faster, but it's not. How this person perceives you, we have the Three of Swords, the Five of Swords, the Nine of Wands. This is somebody who feels like you're in pain over your own games that you've played. And isn't that the kicker, right? So with the Three of Swords there, they do see you as being in pain. They do see you as hurting in some way. But the Five of Swords there tells me it's because of your own shit, okay? Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I don't care. I don't know you, okay? I don't know your personal story. It's just how they see it. And they feel like because of that, you are keeping your guard incredibly high. Like there's a lack of vulnerability here in some way. So, I don't know. I don't know here. Let's see. The advice is the Queen of Cups reversed, the Strength, and the Six of Cups reversed. I do believe that something can be strengthened here, but there has to be desire for it. There's clearly issues around trust in the dynamic in the relationship. There's clearly grudges being held. So I feel like we're needing to learn how to sometimes hold back our ego, swallow our pride, especially if we have created distrust in another because of our own inaction or actions. So basically what I'm saying is somebody here may need to swallow their pride and work on or be vulnerable enough to be willing to fix the trust issues. So that is what I have for you, Aries. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question during this live, then you can do so at HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis. All righty. Woo! God damn it. God, I hate it when it does that. Stupid. Okay, there we go. You're welcome, Shannon, anytime. Oh, Jesus. What's up, World Oracle? What's up, Tay? You're welcome, of course, anytime. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Taurus. Okay, Taurus. Let's take a look. Your feelings, Queen of Wands reversed. The fuck is on my... Sorry. How you see them is the Hangman reversed. And their feelings, the Queen of Swords reversed. And the Knight of Swords for how they see you. This could be a same-sex relationship for some of you. That's obviously not all of you. So let's see that Queen of Wands reversed. Is this the masculine? No. Well, I'm going to say yes because it's the King of Wands. So I'm going to say that this is the masculine. Okay, so Taurus, Queen of Wands reversed, the World, the Sun reversed. So what does that mean? That means that you could be very aware that you have a lot of insecurities or maybe jealousies in some way. Or you could feel like the person that you're dealing with is like that. But with the World there, I like that that's there. I even don't mind that the Sun is in reverse because this tells me that whether they're your insecurities or this person's insecurities, you feel like there's a point of completion there. And it's taking hard work, or it has taken hard work, or it's going to take hard work. Whatever the case, you're optimistic that you can complete that, or you're optimistic that you can change it for the better. So even if it's within self, if this is about you and your own insecurities or your anger issues or whatever, you are willing to work on those things. And while sometimes those feelings or those emotions can be a Debbie Downer for you, there's still this sense of optimism around it. There's still this, like, you know what? I can do this, though. If it's about the other person where you feel like this individual has a lot of insecurities and anger issues, jealousy, you may be willing to work with them. There may also be some kind of closure happening, okay? Or there may be optimism around some kind of closure. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to end or anything like that. The world is really positive. The world is when we're ending something to begin something else. So I'm not mad at it. The Hangman reversed with the Three of Cups and the Magician reversed. Okay. Well, you feel like this person doesn't get it, or you feel like they do and they're playing stupid like they don't get it. The Hangman in reverse is usually when we're having a hard time letting go of something. So you may feel like this person is having a hard time letting go of some kind of third party situation, but you may feel like they're manipulating it. Like you may feel like let's say that you and this person live together and you and this person are in a relationship. And you're like, hey, I really don't like that you talk to Tom from your work on the phone, or I really don't like that you talk to Kaylee on the phone, or text Kaylee, from work. That makes me uncomfortable, right? And they're like, oh, dude, it's just for work. It's not a big deal. Like, we're just friends. But you see the text and you feel like there's something maybe a little bit more shady going on. Okay. So there can be a manipulation around that. Now, for others of you, I can see that there may be some kind of reconciliation between the two of you if there has been a separation, and it may be something that's positive, but it also makes me feel like you don't totally trust them, okay? Especially if there's any third-party situations, and you could feel like they refuse to see perspective or gain perspective. Like they just want to go or live in that delusion of their own perspective, like an intentional delusion. I choose to pretend to be naive, or I choose to be naive. If we're choosing to be naive, like legitimately, and we know that's the choice, then we're probably not as naive as we think that we are. We say that we are. So you may feel like you don't really trust the whole shebang here. The Queen of Swords reversed with the Knight of Cups reversed and the Justice reversed. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Okay. Well, I mean, it's certainly not my favorite. This person may feel like you're illogical, irate, angry, very cutthroat with your words. Maybe this person is, but that makes me feel like because you're showing up as a queen, I'm wondering if that's how they feel about you. And it puts them in a mood. I want to see what that justice is, the chariot energy. They could feel like the way that they went about something, or the way that they went about trying to be in a relationship with you, or the way that they went about making some kind of decision was unjustified, or they may have felt like they made a stupid decision around the connection. So now that's putting them in a mood, or making them feel some type of way, maybe about their own actions. It could be about yours, but I don't think so, because I don't read it like that. How they see you is the Knight of Swords, the King of Cups, and the King of Swords reversed. Oh, man. Okay. Well, it's not bad. I think that this is somebody who feels like you can be pretty impulsive sometimes. I think that they do believe that you love them. I think that there's a deep love here, even. But with that King of Swords in reverse, they may feel like you tend to be a gaslighter a little bit, or they could feel like you don't really know what you want, or really that it is that you are illogical in some way. But at the end of the day, the love is here. So I think that they still want to know where it's going to go, but there's a lot of smoke and mirrors, is what it feels like. Ooh, the advice is Lovers and the Page of Swords. So, the Lovers is about making the higher self decision and making the right decision based on your own fundamental values, and asking yourself or yourselves, does this align with that? Is this something that I could do for the rest of my life? And get very curious about that. Get very curious about those answers. Come up with more questions and figure it out. So I think that there's a little bit more curiosity. There's a little bit more questions here. I think that this may feel like a very rare kind of connection with the Lovers there. I think that there's something here, but we are needing to question it a little bit more. And we're needing to communicate, because the Lovers is Gemini. The Page of Swords is also Gemini. Maybe you guys have a Gemini placement, or you are, or whatever. But it's really about needing to learn more about the other person and how we can work together to make conducive decisions about the connection and for our individual selves. So that is what I have for you, Taurus. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question during this live, then you can do so at HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis. All right. Speaking of Gemini, what's up, Kelly? What's up, Lisa? Welcome to I don't know who became. Oh, is it Lori? Welcome back, Lori. All right, let's do it, Gemini. Let's do it, Gemini. Okay. Gemini, let's see. Your feelings, 10 of Pentacles. Well, damn. This could already be a established relationship for some of you. The Four of Wands for how you see them. And their feelings, the Eight of Pentacles reverse. How they see you is the Knight of Pentacles. Lots of Pentacle energy for some of you. You work together or have a business together, or maybe you have a very practical relationship with this person. In retrospect, this is everything that you've ever wanted. You don't want to let it go. You don't want to let it drown. You don't want to let it crumble. This is something that you are very attached to. And I don't know if it's like you feel as though you've actually gotten everything that you wanted with this person, or it's something that you feel like you could have. Because whatever you've built with them, whatever you've built actually in the physical reality with them, or what you've built inside your heart and or your head with them, you are not willing to give that up. You're not willing to destruct what has already been built and what you have built with said person. But changes also need to take place. Evolution needs to take place. And I feel like you know that. And I don't know if it's evolution within yourself, but usually that goes both ways. So I would assume it's about both of you individually and as a whole, as a couple, as a dynamic, whatever you want to call it. The Four of Wands, for how you see them, with the Ace of Wands reversed and the Hierophant. Why that Ace of Wands reversed? The Page of Cups. The Four of Wands is very much about having fun. It's about having a good time. It's about going out, even sometimes living together, living in a home together, going out together, getting engaged, things of this nature. And the Hierophant kind of doubles down on that, but it's not exactly the same thing. The Four of Wands is the celebration of the commitment, and the Hierophant is the commitment itself. And there's something about them where you see this person either actually is your spouse or is your significant other, or you see them as that person for you. And it's, yes, somebody that you can have fun with, but it's also somebody that you can truly commit to because there's fundamental values or a fundamental belief system that you both have that makes sense together. The issue is the vulnerability. Ace of Wands reversed. You may feel like I heard lack influence. Okay, that's interesting. Maybe this person growing up wasn't very influenced to be vulnerable, or maybe they were discouraged from speaking from their heart. But the Ace of Wands in reverse to the Page of Cups makes me feel like you look at them as though they're not inspired to open their heart. Like, yeah, they'll have fun. Yes, they're committal, but there's maybe a lack of vulnerability, or even a hesitation or a fear around vulnerability. You also may want more sex with this person that you feel like you're not getting. Okay, so for some of you, that can be it. But I feel like for some of you, it's because of something you think happened in their childhood, or it's just a lack of vulnerability. Eight of Pentacles reversed. Two of Pentacles. Six of Swords. Okay. This person feels like something needs to change. I don't want to say that they're bored per se, but the Eight of Pentacles can represent somebody who feels bored, or someone who feels like, am I not meeting this person's standards? Am I not meeting Gemini's standards? Are we meeting each other's standards? There's something missing here. There's something where we just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And it's like, okay, something's got to give. That's what they feel. And the Six of Swords, the Two of Pentacles tells me that they're keeping the balls in the air, but not many. And they can even feel like they're keeping the balls in the air, but something's chaotic behind the scenes, or they feel chaotic within self. And with the Six of Swords, it's like they just rather maybe keep the peace than actually confront something they're not happy with. What are they not happy with? Ace of Pentacles reversed. They could feel like they're not up for a challenge. Something they may believe like, okay, this may end up taking a lot more work than I thought it was going to. Maybe they're not putting in the effort like they should, or like you want them to, or even They may know that they should be putting in more of an effort, and maybe they're not. And I don't want to say maybe it's because they don't believe in it, but it's the Ace of Pentacles in reverse is like a false start. It's like, okay, something kind of got going, but like we pulled the string on the engine, right, a few times, and so we got here, but now we ran out of gas, or something's not moving. Like it's not progressing properly is what I think that they feel. And then you, how they see you, the Knight of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, the Four of Pentacles reversed. So they see you as plugging along, but they may feel like you're going really slow. There's nothing wrong with the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles, he takes his time, or she takes her time, because they want to not have to go back and redo things. They want to make sure that they're getting it right the first time as much as they can, and they're perfectionists. They may even sometimes overthink at times, especially with that Four of Swords there. But this person may feel like, yes, you are these things, but they may feel like there's an air of detachment sometimes. Or maybe they feel like you're trying to take this connection in a certain direction from a healed place, and you may be even willing to take the risk or risks. Advice. Page of Pentacles reverse, the Ten of Cups in reverse. So there's no relationship without effort. There's no harmony without balance. There is no balance without putting in the effort to understand as much as we can about another person. If it's just a one-sided relationship where one person is just more concerned with themselves and what they can get and what the other person has to offer, what do you bring to the table, or whatever it is, well, then it's not really a relationship, is it? So I think that one of us here needs to put in a better effort in order to have the relationship or the harmony that they want. And another person needs to stop acting like everything's okay when it's not. Like, speak up, talk your shit, So that is what I have for you, Gemini. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question during this live, then you can do so at HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis. Cancer. Cancer. That's what's up, World Oracle. I'm here for you, baby. What's up, DP? Thanks, Shannon. All right, Cancer, let's go ahead and take a look. Cancer, your feelings, the devil. Okay. It's your opposite sign. Nine of Cups reverse for how you see them. Their feelings for you, the Nine of Pentacles. And the Five of Cups for how they see you. Okay, let's take a look at that devil. Whoa. Reverse this if you need to, okay? Well, there's a pretty strong attachment that you have to them. Like it's a pretty strong attachment. I think that this is somebody you may even be infatuated with, obsessed with, or just very fixated on. Maybe the sex is really good, maybe they're sexy, maybe you just love how they make you feel. Maybe it's more than that. But the devil is such a strong attachment, such a strong place for it to be in the feeling sector. Because with that Eight of Wands reversed, Wheel of Fortune reversed, we're forcing a cycle that we have forced before, or we're forcing a cycle, we're pushing a cycle that we're repeating. We are not realizing that the way we're going about something is the exact same, but we're expecting a different result this time. So what does that mean? That means that there needs to be an awareness of this, either, because what can the devil be? Well, it can be an addiction. It can be an unhealthy attachment. It can be a codependency. It can be a fear. It can be a lust. It can be, I think I already said, an obsession. So there has to be an awareness of this issue so that way we can understand it better. Therefore, we can understand ourselves better. Therefore, we can understand our attachment style better. Therefore, we can work through it and have a healthier relationship. But we can't have a healthier relationship until we have a healthier self. So if you feel, even because sometimes when you put the Wheel of Fortune in reverse with the devil, it can be somebody who needs control over a situation. I need control. I need to dictate how this goes. I need to da, 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 da. You see what I'm saying? Which is gonna drive you fucking crazy, right? So sometimes that means we have to accept what we don't know. How you see them, the Nine of Cups reversed, the Eight of Swords reversed, and the Two of Cups. Well, I mean, in a positive, from a positive perspective, you feel a soulmate connection with them. That's great. There's a deep understanding between the two of you, maybe even a strong emotional camaraderie in some way. And you feel like they have chosen that you are the decision that they are making in one way or another. But once again, there may be either Nine of Cups reversed, how you view them, a codependency. Once again, here we go with the codependency, or you feel like they're selfish, or you feel like they have an addiction. The Nine of Cups in reverse can be somebody who copes in harmful ways. The Nine of Cups reverse can be a codependent person, a codependent relationship. Can be somebody who is selfish as well. This can also be the type of person who has a breakup, goes to the bar, gets absolutely shit-faced, and does it for like, I don't know, 3 weeks, 6 months, a year, 2 years, 10 years straight, whatever it is. Because there's an overindulgence here. The Nine of oops, wrong cards. Sorry about that. Wow. Wow. Love this. The Nine of Pentacles, the Temperance, and the Ten of Wands reversed. Well, I like this person's feelings. I mean, this is gorgeous. This is somebody who is very focused on self. Like they know that they have to put themselves first in this or just in situations in general, because they have to take care of themselves first. And there's a contentment within the dynamic. It doesn't mean that they're not, if you guys aren't in a relationship, it doesn't mean that they're not open to a relationship. The Nine of Pentacles is in reverse. I mean, the Nine of Pentacles is in the upright. What comes after the Nine of Pentacles? The Ten of Pentacles, which can talk about a union, a completion. So they're open to that. Or even if you're in a relationship with them, this is somebody that may be in a relationship with you, but they're just very self-focused right now because they're very content with how the relationship is. So there can be this level of comfort that they have. They feel like they can create something with you. It doesn't have to be super hard. 10 of Wands reversed. They can let off a little bit of steam. They can just kind of, it doesn't have to be anything crazy. You know what I mean? Hmm. This is somebody who they feel as though you live with some level of regret, or there's something that you haven't quite overcome in regards to the past, but they may feel as though you avoid it or you just simply avoid talking about it, although you know it's there. It's not something you necessarily are completely naive to or oblivious to. You just may not talk about it. You may keep things to yourself. What's that Seven of Swords? The Nine of Swords. They feel like you're in your head a lot because of the past. If we're in our head a lot about the past, it's because, well, A, we're human and we have feelings. Or B, we are afraid that Nine of Swords, it's going to happen again. So that's where they feel like you are at. But they also feel like you are aware of that. The Star reversed for advice with the 8 of Cups. Mm. I think that watching your favorite tarot reader, watching your favorite life coach, reading some books, all of that, I think, you know, being able to find hope and healing through others, I think is a great tool. And I think it's important. But we also find healing in being completely and utterly alone, letting go of control of what another is doing, being okay with being independent. And I think that one of you guys probably needs to learn that or needs to focus on that in some way. Like if there's somebody here who's constantly attaching to somebody else to avoid healing, then what happens when, let's say, that person can't talk to that other person for a week? What happens when, if that person passes? What happens if, right? So if we're planting a home inside a person on a consistent basis, we're going to feel like we don't belong anywhere. And so the home is within self. On a side note, somebody else may need to have a more positive mind frame. Okay. So that is what I have for you, Cancer. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to book a super chat question during this live, then you can do so at HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis. All righty. Oh, is Underdog here? What's up, Emily? I didn't get a notification. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you guys have your post notifications on or whatever it's called? Whatever. All right. Let's do Leo. What's up, Tanny? Don't sob. Well, I mean, you can if you want. You can even do it on my shoulder if you'd like. Hello, Cindy. Oh, it's so nice to see you guys. Into a pillow. Okay. Well, at least it's not into a bottle of vodka, right? That's good. Hi, Enigma. It's nice to see you, baby. What's up, Chris? Hi. Hello, Underdog. You guys go check out Underdog Tarot's channel. She's really good. She's just getting started a bit, so show her some love. Oh, I forgot which sign we were on. Okay, Leo. I think it's YouTube. It might be. All right, Leo. Let's see. Let's see your feelings. 7 of Wands. Okay. How this person, I mean, how you see this person is the 6 of Wands. Okay. Their feelings for you, the Knight of Wands. Lots of fire. The High Priestess in reverse for how they see you. Let's see that 7 of Wands. Why that 4 of Cups? Okay. You definitely feel like you have to put some space between you and them. Okay, with that 7 of Wands. And it can be for unexpected reasons. You can feel like you're needing to defend yourself to this person. And because of that, you're feeling like you either need some space and it feels like something you did not expect. Like they said something to you that you didn't expect, or, you know, called you out of the blue with some weird information, or so you're not really in agreement with them. And there seems to be a bit of a disappointment. There seems to be a bit of a disappointment. You may feel like this person is attempting to control you in some way, or you may feel like they're being abusive in some way, which can cause you to kind of put 10 feet between you and them. It's almost like you feel as though they're being Mr. and Mrs. Grumpy Pants a little bit about something. And you're just like, well, I don't know what to tell you, you know? Now, of course, you could be the one who's being controlling, but I don't think so. I feel like the Seven of Wands is because of the Three of Pentacles reversed, Four of Cups, and the Emperor reversed. So you may feel like your back is against a wall, or the way this person is acting is completely out of the blue, or you're just like, are you good? What? So let's see that Six of Wands for how you see them. You see them trying to give this a lot of attention, or they're trying to get your attention through some kind of reconciliation, but you can feel like they're frustrated because things aren't going how they want them to go. Tell me about that Three of Wands reversed, the Two of Wands reversed. They had to go back to the drawing board. It's almost as if you see them being frustrated at the results of their own indecision. Like, how do I say this? Let's say that this person really wanted to talk to you, okay? But they were waiting on you to call, or they were waiting on you to make the move, or they're always waiting for you to initiate something. And you didn't want to do that anymore. So because you may have felt like it was coming from a controlling place. So now you feel like they're mad at the consequences of their own actions, or the result of their own inaction. So you're like, well, if you're not going to pursue it, or if you're not going to come out of your comfort zone, if you're not willing to be vulnerable, something like that, then I don't know what to tell you. That's kind of how you're seeing it. But now I see that you are seeing them taking accountability for that. And it's with pride, not like a negative sense of pride, but it may get to a point where you see them, if they've been waiting on you in some way, or they've been waiting on a certain conversation or a certain meetup, reconciliation, whatever it is, you see them getting frustrated with waiting. And so now they seem to be taking initiative themselves. They may even be taking accountability for something specifically. Their feelings, the Knight of Wands, the Empress reversed, and the Six of Pentacles reversed. Is the Empress reversed supposed to be this person? Yes. Okay. There's a strong, like, sexual attraction there. It's definitely there. But they feel like you're not being super nurturing. And I don't think that this is a real perspective. Like, I think it's their perspective. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think that they feel as though you are the Empress reverse. Well, what is the Empress reverse? The Empress reverse is somebody who has a lack of self-worth or self-value, or sometimes it can be someone who is very pushy or smothering sometimes, but I don't feel like it with this. I feel like this is somebody who's almost betting on you to underestimate your worth or to second guess it entirely. But I feel like that's an illusion. And this to me, that 7 of Cups is very symbolic for when I just wanted to ask yes or no. The 7 of Cups is an illusion. You think that you know, but you don't. So I think that that is not the truth. It's their truth, but it's not the truth. And I don't even think that, I don't want to say they're not taking it seriously. But the Knight of Wands is just kind of like, I'm just kind of having fun with this. How they see you is the High Priestess reversed, the Moon reversed, and the 5 of Pentacles reversed. There may be something financial going on with that 6 of Pentacles reversed, 5 of Pentacles reversed. They may feel like there are some issues that you're suppressing, or some truths that they feel like they know about you, whether true or perceived. And they see you as being someone who fears those truths. Even if it's a not necessarily a truth, but a fear of, I'm never going to reach my potential, or I'm never going to be able to trust myself enough to make A and B decisions. So they see you as working through either some kind of financial issue, or or fear around financial issues, or they see you working through some kind of abandonment wound that you may have, whether that's true or not. We have the King of Pentacles for advice with the King of Pentacles reversed. There's a financial component, okay? Or there's some kind of heavy duty responsibility. This is interesting to me because the King of Pentacles is the provider. He's going to take care of you. You know, it just doesn't just have to be financial. But, you know, the King of Pentacles, he or she is committed in the right way, in a healthy way. The King of Pentacles reversed can sometimes be financially abusive. The King of Pentacles reversed can also represent somebody who's using another person. So it's either you guys are two corners cut from the same cloth, or it's that a masculine needs to get their shit together. It can also be that we're needing to be more responsible, and I don't know who that's for. That is what I have for you, Leo. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want to book a super chat question, you can do so at HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis. Alrighty. What's up, Lala? Yeah, Lala, you can just go to that link that my mod put. What's up, lady? You guys, let me just use the restroom really quick, and I'll be right back, okay? All right. What's up, New Paradigm? Oh no, Danny. All right, Virgo. Shall we? Hey, Virgo, how you doing? Hope you're doing awesome. Welcome. Let's go ahead and take a look at you and the person that is on your mind. Let's see. Your feelings, the Four of Cups. How you see them, the Sun reversed. Could be a Leo. The Three of Cups for their feelings. Okay. The Six of Cups for how they see you. Aw. Well, just Virgos Virgoing around, I suppose. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at that Four of Cups, okay? The High Priestess. The Lover's reversed. Whoa. What's that Lover's reversed? Oh no. What's that Four of Cups? Oh no. Some of you feel rejected or abandoned in some kind of way. And there's a disappointment. There's a disappointment that you have because you've been disappointed like this before. And so you already know how it feels. And your intuition tells you something. It either tells you that there's an infidelity here, or that the one thing that is going to burn this to the ground or to get this ship to sink is a difference in values, a difference in morale, a difference in spiritual and or religious beliefs. And that kind of makes you dry downstairs, you know what I'm saying, with that Ace of Wands reversed. I do think, though, there is a strong sexual desire with the High Priestess there. I even believe that you believe that there's a lot of potential. But the Four of Cups is an unhappiness around what is, feeling like something could be better. But I don't know if you feel like it will, because there's something that is halting the progress of this connection. I feel like you have a lot more to be grateful for than you think. Not saying you're not grateful, but I think that there's more that you have to work with than you believe that there is. The Sun reversed for how you see them, with the Star reversed and the Knight of Swords reversed. You may see this as somebody who refuses to shine a light on their own healing or their own lack of healing. You may feel like at times you see them just as a passenger and you're the driver, or somebody beknownst to them is the driver in their own life and they're just kind of floating by. They're strapped to the top of the truck, just hitching a ride. You may also feel like this person's ego is the biggest issue that they have, or their pride is the biggest issue that they have, and you feel like there is a reluctance to see that for what it is or to be truly honest about it. Give me a second. Their feelings, the Three of Cups. The devil. Don't like that. I'm almost getting like there's more to the story. I'm not a big fan of the threes. Could it be a third party? Absolutely, it could. But I don't want to focus too much on that. To me, this is somebody who sees you as a friend. I'm not saying they don't see, I'm not saying that they don't see you more than that. But there is a friendship kind of vibe here, as well as a lust or an obsession. The Magician in reverse can be a very manipulative behavior. And the Magician in reverse is manipulative because he feels like he can't really be his authentic self without the manipulation. He feels like if he were to show up as he really was, he would be rejected. So I believe that this person tends to have quite a bit of self-doubt regarding, well, themselves, but also the relationship because of the lack of identity or the lack of confidence. This person to me wants what they want when they want it. And I think that sometimes they may want immediate gratification, or it's like they want something faster than they can get it, or they want more of something than is readily available to them. So for instance, let's say that this person wants, let's do devil. Let's say this person wants like tons of sex with you, and you're just like, dude, you know, this is not like, I'm not one of Diddy's victims, you know, like, be so fucking for real, right? Obviously, I'm sure it's not that crazy, but sad story, by the way. But, and this person may get frustrated because they want more and more and more of you, or they want more of something within the dynamic. And it's like an insatiable thirst, but it stems from an insecurity. And I don't know, maybe it's that they just want control. It can be anything. But there's a fixation that this person has on you, has for you. How they see you is the Six of Cups, the Two of Pentacles reversed, and the Six of Pentacles reversed. Well, even though this Six of Pentacles is reversed, I still like the fact that there's two sixes here. This tells me that there may be a positive change happening. They see you as someone that they have very positive memories with, a fondness with. But once again, can it be a love card? Yes, but it's a deep friendship. It's a deep soul bond. Three of Cups, Six of Cups. When this person feels like you deeply understand them just as they understand you. But this person looks at you like you're uncertain, or this is something that sometimes you can't handle, or you feel confused about whether or not you really want to give to this at all. And so this person can feel like you're there, but you're not maybe as giving as much as you were because it's something that you just can't handle, or because you feel too confused. You're not really sure if you want to give it all the way. Wow. This is about making logical decisions and not biting off more than you can chew, just like I was saying. The Queen of Swords is asking to make decisions through logic, wisdom, and understanding. The Queen of Swords, she is colder, or she makes more cutthroat decisions or head over heart decisions because she's been through the ringer. And now she has and acquired a lot of wisdom because of it. She is somebody who has been deeply wounded. And she understands what the price is. The price of vulnerability can be. So now she's a little bit smarter with it. She's a little bit more quick about it. And she doesn't overgive. She doesn't overserve. And that's what I feel like it's telling somebody to do. So that is what I have for you, Virgo. Thank you so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And obviously, if you would like to book a super chat question to be read on this live, then you can do so at HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis. I went ahead and put that in the chat. What's up, Charlene? What's up, Agent Smith? Libra. What's going on, Libra? How you doing? I hope you're doing well. Let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. Let's do you first. Flip it if you need to. Seven of Cups reversed in your feelings. How you see them is the Hangman. Could be a Pisces here. Page of Cups reversed. Okay. And then we have the World reversed for how they see you. Let's see that Seven of Cups reversed first. Okay. I love it. I love your feelings. For a lot of you, you've had a big decision to make. Or you've had more decisions than you really knew what to do with. And something has happened or something has occurred that has given you a huge reality check in regards to your feelings about this person, what you want to do with it, and simply where you'd like to take it. You're willing to put in the effort. And not just any effort, but you're planting the seeds or you're willing to plant them and you're really willing to invest to a great degree. I think that you want things to be a bit faster than they are. I think that you would like to full speed ahead in some ways, but you're taking your time. And I think that you want to take your time because you want to make sure that this grows in the way that it should, even if you've been married to this person for 20 years. So it's like this tending to the flame kind of vibe that you have going here. I mean, it's a beautiful energy. It's not very complex. I mean, I think that with the Ace of Pentacles, you see the Ace of Pentacles and you know that there's a hard road ahead. You know, it can be very fortuitous. It can be very positive to invest in whatever this is or to plant the seed. But that doesn't mean it's not going to come without its challenges. But there's an awareness of that. And you are choosing that. So I feel like that says a lot about you and how you feel about this person. How you view them is the Hangman, the Nine of Wands reversed, and the Page of Pentacles. There's a bit of a I want to say it almost feels like I don't want to say it's a lack of boundaries. It's humility. You see them as being more humble, being more curious, letting their guard down, not being so quick to fight, not somebody who has their guard up to, the heavenly gates. You feel like they're willing to sit back for a second, let go of the crap that's no longer serving them, serving the both of you, and let down their guard a little bit to learn more about the connection, about you, or to actually humble themselves enough to put in a gallant effort towards the conclusion and or the results that they desire with you. So Libra, if you view your person as somebody who doesn't give a damn about you, somebody who is a big egomaniac, this is not your reading from what I see. Okay? Now this could be totally reversed, but that's what I see. You see them as putting in a genuine effort. Like the Page of Pentacles, he might be a page, but this is, to me, nearly as potent as the Aces. The Page of Pentacles is like, I'm ready to get started, I'm ready to get started. I'm ready to really do this. And it's not even that. It's that this person is open to perspective. How would you like me to do this? How can we work together to do this? So it's not like they're just stuck on their perspective. They're not willing to let go of their BS. No, they're totally open to it. At least that's how you see it. This person's feelings. Oh boy. Why the Eight of Cups? Fear. Oh man. The one that fears their own heart truly robs themselves of joy. And that's what I feel like this is a tiny bit. This person may have issues around a fear of vulnerability, issues around boundaries, okay? Paranoias, insecurities, overthinking, a lack of courage. Sometimes this person may have had a lack of courage to actually walk away. Sometimes this person actually has walked away, which probably made them a lot stronger in the end. But if you have walked away from this person before, I think that they feel victimized by that. It may have made them question who they are, what they want. If they walked away before, I think that it taught them courage. Ooh, I feel like this person has been through a lot of emotional stuff. Like maybe as far back as childhood even. A lot of solo journeys, a lot of needing to be alone, a lot of having to go at it alone. But they've learned a lot from that in their time. I also think that this person can tend to have a lot of fear around being the victim or whatever. And so they may sometimes kind of be at that precipice, that do I stay, do I go kind of energy. So let's take a look. The World reversed for how they see you with the Knight of Wands, the Strength card. Wow. What's that World reversed? Eight of Swords reversed. The Fool reversed. Okay. There may have, it could have been you or them, but this is you, so I'm just going to say. There can be some unfinished business that this person has with you. And they feel like you're taking action towards it. They feel like even sometimes you're the stronger one, whether that's true or not, it doesn't really matter, but they may feel like at times you're the stronger one. You're the one willing to make the decision, you're the one willing to make the jump, but they also feel like there was maybe something that you said or something that you did that was impulsive that didn't really have any consideration for them. And I think that whatever this is, this World in reverse and the Fool reversed, it's like we almost can't move forward or take a true leap of faith while something is still in muddy waters, while something is still dirty, or while something is still a bit polluted. And they may have a hard time with that, but they look at you like there's enough passion and there's enough, because it's like, I feel like the Knight of Wands and the Strength card, when somebody views you this way, this is somebody that has a lot of fun and a lot of vigor, and somebody who can be very spontaneous and exciting and hysterical or whatever. The Strength, because the Knight of Wands can be a bit of a wild one. The Strength also tells me that this person feels like you know when to rein it in. Or you are very much their rock in some way. Temperance reversed and the Six of Wands. I feel like this is going to take a lot of patience in order to have the success that you guys want it to have. If you guys want it to have, if you guys want it to be successful. I certainly feel like you want it to. But the temperance in reverse is sometimes where we can be a little too impatient, or it can be too much of a good thing. We're wanting too much at once when sometimes we need to slow it down and be honest with ourselves. How can we make this something that can stand the test of time? How can we find peace? Well, that means that we have to create it. And in order to create peace within a relationship, that means that we must create and or find the peace within ourselves in order to bring peace to another. And sometimes that means you have to fight for peace. Peace is sometimes quite costly, and it can cost your peace of mind. Funny how that works. But in the end, if we fight the right way, we can have it. So that is what I have for you, Libra. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a super chat question during this live, then you can do so at HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis. And I'll go ahead and put that link in the chat. All right, let's go ahead and move on to Scorpio. Hello, Scorpio. How you doing? Let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. I'm going to start with you, but if you feel like you got to reverse the roles, by all means, feel free to do so. The Knight of Pentacles in your feelings, how you see them, the Two of Swords, the Four of Pentacles reversed for their feelings, the Three of Swords for how they see you. Okay. Why the Two of Cups reversed? Okay. For some of you, you can work with this person, okay? Not for all of you. You really want to take your time. You're taking your time. You want to make sure that you're doing it right with that Knight of Pentacles. You feel like you and this person are on the same page with how you need to be going about the relationship. There can be some kind of misunderstanding between the two of you. That's being clarified by the Seven of Wands reversed. Well, what's the Seven of Wands reversed? Well, the Seven of Wands reversed can be intimidation. It can be being overly defensive in some way. And you may feel like you are misunderstood by them. But the positive is that you seem to be willing to work on that. You seem to be willing to learn from this person and also teach them what you know. So it's not for nothing. It's not just because we're just arguing or we're feeling defensive just because and like that's it and we're going to continue to be like that. No, there's an end to the madness, I guess you could say. There's a willing to work on understanding one another better and being able to work through the misunderstanding. So you're trying to build something here, in my opinion. You want to be more stable. You want this to be right. You want it to be done right. You want to do it right. And so that's pretty much it. I mean, this is pretty self-explanatory. I just feel like there's a misunderstanding of sorts. Oh no. Okay. Two of Swords, the Judgment reversed, and the Two of Wands reversed. You feel or you see them as somebody who rather play dead, who rather pretend like there's peace or pretend like everything's fine, when really you feel like they need to account for something far larger. And you may also feel like there's this apprehension or there is this refusal to do so. There is this fear almost, because the Judgment is Scorpio, but it's in reverse. So it makes me feel like it is the negative side of Pluto and or Mars. Maybe there's some passive aggression. Maybe there is some secrecy. Whatever it is, you see them as trying to avoid a bigger truth altogether. and certainly not willing to take accountability for it. So you feel like they're staying in the same place. The Four of Pentacles reversed, the Eight of Wands reversed, and the Nine of Swords for their feelings. Whew. It's what they don't know that scares them. There is this sense of them trying to take a chance with that Four of Pentacles reversed. They're trying to let go of their fear. They're trying to take initiative. They're trying to do it. They want to do that. But the Eight of Wands reversed is almost like it's being forced. They're taking the risk, or they're taking a chance based on fear. And the Nine of Swords is, well, let's see what it is. The Ten of Cups. There can be a fear of commitment. There can be a fear that they're not going to live up to some standard. There can be a fear around, like, if this is, I don't know, if there's another relationship involved, there can be a fear around that. But there's pressure. There's pressure above all else. What are they so afraid of? The Nine of Pentacles, losing their independence, losing the self. This person may feel like if they continue to pursue this, there's going to be a greater responsibility, and they may feel like they're having a hard time reckoning with that. Oh, it's getting hot in here. How they see you is the Three of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. Well, the Five of Swords in the upright in this Game of Thrones deck. Woo! This is really interesting because they look at you like you've been heartbroken, either by them, somebody else, who knows, and you feel like you just keep losing, or you've acquired so much loss in your life. But that the Queen of Pentacles is very, very strong. She can endure a lot. And it's almost like they see you no matter what you've dealt with, no matter how far you've been dragged in life or by them, you still show up taking care of yourself, or you still show up for them, or you're still stable, or you're still standing. You're still independent, or still nurturing. There's something to say about somebody who has had so much happen to them and they still have a softness, or they still have the empathy. They still are kind. And I think that those are the strongest people. Advice, Ace of Cups reversed, and the Ace of Swords. It's really about being honest. It's really about being honest, not just about maybe things that we've done or whatever, but being honest about what we need, being honest about what we're feeling. I think that there needs to be some more clarity, which means that there needs to be more of a conversation. So speak up is what I want to say for both of you. That is what I have for you, Scorpio. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And obviously, if you want to book a super chat question during this live, then you can do so at HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis. All right, I'm going to have to put on like a t-shirt or something. It's getting hot in here. All right, 1 second. think they want my energy? Oh, God. Run! All right, let's see. Sagittarius. What's going on, Sag? How are you? What's up, Spiritual Awakening? I'm 38. I'll be 39 in September. Old enough to know, but... Well, I don't know about that. You'd think, right? All right, I can't stand these little fucking butterfly clips. I'm sorry. They're just driving me crazy. I was like, I'm having a greasy hair day, ladies. You know how it is. So I put a bunch of mousse in there, and that really didn't work for me. I was trying to like put mousse in there and change up my hair and like do pigtails and stuff, but that wasn't working for me either. And I just can't quite get it right today. So you guys have to excuse. Maybe I should just put it in a damn ponytail. All right, Sagittarius. All right, Sag, let's see. All right. Feelings. Four of Wands reversed. How you see this person is the Five of Cups reversed. Their feelings for you, the Page of Swords. The Ten of Swords for how they see you. Well, I knew somebody was going to get it. Four of Wands reversed, the Wheel of Fortune reverse. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Sometimes we think that we're going to get a different result by doing the same thing that the person doesn't appreciate anyway. And it usually breeds from insecurity, or it's that we grew up with a parent where we felt like we had to please this parent or monitor their emotions in order to get like a foundational need like love. And with you, I really want you to be cautious because you're in dangerous territory here. And that sounds dramatic, but I'm dramatic, and as is tarot. And the Empress in reverse is an overgiver to her detriment, to a fault. And this is something that's happened before, hasn't it? With that Wheel of Fortune reversed. And it's because you think that by doing that, you can control the relationship, or you can control how this person feels for you or feels about you. And we all do it. We've all done it at some point. We've all done it sometimes multiple times, okay? A lot of us have. But it is coming from a place of emotional instability. And the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter, but the Wheel of Fortune is reversed. So when you want to take a look at Jupiter in a negative light, it can be doing too much. And it's because you're thinking that you can control the circumstance or the relationship like this, when that's not how it works. Sometimes we need to sit right where we're at and understand that existing can sometimes just be enough. And letting go of whatever that person is doing. Doesn't mean that we have to put up with bad behavior, but understand that we do not, this is not a video game. They're not a video game character where we can control their actions, what they say and what they do. We can control whether we stay or go. Whether we decide to give in to the conversation or not, whether we decide to give in to the verbal abuse or not, or whatever. Five of Cups reverse, Seven of Swords reverse, Justice reverse. Jeez Louise. I feel, I'm looking at that Empress and how she's not looking at this when she needs to look at this. Not saying that she has to sit there and fixate on it and focus on it, but it's almost like she doesn't want to see it. And what is it? Five of Cups reversed. Seven of Swords reversed. Justice reversed. This person you see as having done something to you that was so unjustifiable, it made you question who the fuck you are. And you see them as being honest with you about it. This person you may feel like they even have a guilty conscience about it, and maybe they do. I don't know them. But you see them as being honest about the thing that they felt or feel guilty about. And you may have forgiven them. You may have felt like, okay, well, what do we have to work with after this? And I feel like that's where your focus is. But how much are you willing to bend? Because when we can't bend anymore, we all know what happens, right? Page of Swords for this person's feelings. They love you. What's that? Moon reversed. They love you, but there may have been, now I'm not, listen, I need you to understand. What I'm about to say, I feel like you will already know if it is the case. Okay. So I don't want you sitting here paranoid. This is something you will already know. For some of you, if there has been any kind of infidelity or non-committal behavior, this is somebody that is learning from that with that Page of Swords. I think that this person is very curious about you specifically. I think that this person may be spying on you, seeing kind of what you have going on, if there's some kind of separation. And I think that is because they fear something. I don't know if it's that they fear loss, but they do love you, even if they don't say it all the time. Tell me more about that moon reverse, the Tower. They feel like something came, like, just burnt down to the ground. Could have been because stubbornness, or it was built on a shaky foundation. But they do love you. The Ten of Swords for how they see you, with the King of Swords, the Queen of Cups. Oh, there was definitely an ending and a very heavy betrayal here. Seven of Swords reversed, Justice reversed, Ten of Swords. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There was a super big betrayal here. And they may feel like you have ended things, or something has ended, and they may feel like a masculine energy was maybe advising you, or a feminine one was. But they do feel like there's mutual love. And not only that, but them showing up as the King of Cups and them viewing you as the Queen of Cups, they feel like you are the yin to their yang kind of thing. Despite the betrayal. Nine of Cups reversed and the Knight of Cups reversed. Somebody needs to grow up. Somebody needs to learn how to deal with their emotions in a healthy way. I think that there's negative coping mechanisms, and there's a codependency. And that's all coming from an unstable emotional internal world. So, for instance, if when we're feeling jealousy, okay, we go out and get absolutely wasted and immediately seek out revenge, even though maybe we don't necessarily know if what we're being jealous about actually holds weight, or if what we're assuming in our head is really true. Then we go out, get fucked up, and then we have sex with somebody else because we think that this other person did, and then we find out that they really didn't. Whatever. Now we've not only self-sabotaged, but we've also sabotaged our relationship. Like, there's an impulsiveness. There's a way of dealing with emotions that is incredibly unhealthy and needs to be looked at. And sometimes you got to put the knife down. You got to put the knife down and not be so impulsive. And I don't know if this is about you or them. But if we allow the external world to control our emotions, we are not in control of our own life. That is what I have for you, Sag. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like to book a super chat question to get read during this live, you can do so at HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis. Capricorn. All right, Capricorn, how you doing? Hope you guys are doing awesome. Let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. Queen of Wands reversed. For your feelings, how you see this person is the King of Wands reversed. Okay. Well, the Eight of Pentacles for their feelings. The Four of Swords reversed for how they see you. Let's see that Queen of Wands in reverse first. Okay. The first thing I thought of was, oh, they're human. Which I think is kind of funny. You see the Queen of Wands in reverse there. You see the Page of Wands. You see the Emperor. It just makes me feel like you have a lot of different sides to you, especially in love, especially in just in general, really. There's something about this connection that brings a certain side out of you, that brings a few sides out of you, in my opinion. I think it brings the jealous, angry, crazy side out of you. I think it brings the cute, maybe not so confident, but getting there side out of you, the playful side out of you. And I also think that it brings your hard ass self to the table. I think this connection has the ability to exercise many different facets of you. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that there's a reason why. I think that people are brought into our life to trigger a lot of different parts of ourselves so that we can work through them, or we can maybe find or discover something about ourselves that we really, really liked, or maybe that we didn't like so much. So it feels human. There may be some times, I will say, that you tend to get a little upset because you may feel like this person is detached. How you view them, the King of Wands reversed, the Five of Wands reversed, and the Death reversed. It's giving like a very passive-aggressive nature. At least with how you view them. So it's interesting because you have the Queen of Wands reversed. You view them as the King of Wands reversed. So you feel like you guys are cut from the same fucked up cloth in a way. And I think that there is an awareness and an understanding that both you and this person may trigger each other's ego. But you view them as not changing, really. It's as if you feel like they're just passing it by or not trying to look at it, or their feelings get easily hurt maybe and they don't want to talk about it or whatever. But you feel like them acting this way is keeping them from evolving or changing in the way that you think would be conducive, not just for them, but for the both of you to be able to connect in the way that you think that you should. Woo! Damn. Eight of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, Three of Wands for their feelings for you. Okay. I mean, Capricorn, this is somebody that not just feels like you meet their particular standard, but they want to meet yours. This is somebody who is willing to shut out the rest of the world in order to put a gallant effort towards this connection and make it mean something. They're willing to put in such an effort that they want to build with you 10, 20 years from now, maybe it's already a relationship, and they will continue to work on that relationship. This is somebody who not only has the work ethic, but they have the desire and they have the courage. They want more with you. And that means that they will be willing to do more for you and for the relationship and for themselves. Because the Eight of Pentacles is about mastery, but it's Virgo. It can be very much about self-mastery, working on oneself to reach or meet a higher standard. Because I want to say, right, the Eight of Pentacles is usually working to get to the Nine of Pentacles, which is about self, individuality, right? Being kind of single, doing your own thing. But this person's working to get to the Ten of Pentacles, which is a union. It is legacy. The Four of Swords reversed for how they see you with the Page of Wands. Got 2 pages here. And the Seven of Swords. Okay. What's that Seven of Swords, please? The Four of Cups reversed. I actually like this. 2 4s, 8, Saturnian. I think that this person also feels like you're willing to do the work, and that's probably part of why they're willing to do the work. This is somebody who sees you as going through a lot of heartache, even if it was them that caused it, or maybe just in general, but they feel like you have a lot more clarity now. Like if you've been kind of hiding or in the cut or kind of like hiding from the rest of the world, or maybe you've been isolating in some way, they may feel like you're ready to kind of come out and communicate again, or you're ready to step back into the world maybe. But generally speaking, this is somebody who feels like you have a pretty good head on your shoulders for the most part. And they see you communicating with them maybe next week, or this week. This is also somebody who feels like you are starting something new, but you may be keeping your cards close to the chest, or you're beginning something or a passion project, or there's some kind of talent that you have that you're keeping under wraps or you're working on behind the scenes in order to get yourself out of a, I heard self-deprecating. Okay, maybe some of you are self-deprecating to get out of a disappointing situation. Ten of Swords reversed for advice with the Magician. We have to overcome the past. We have to change. We can't change the past. We have to change moving forward. We have to take the swords out of our back, not just the ones we caused each other, especially if we're taking accountability and we're willing to do the work. But we also have to be willing to take the swords out of our back that has nothing to do with the people that are on my table right now. But we have to understand that we have the ability to do it, and nobody is coming to save you. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's coming to take the swords out themselves. You have to do it. This person has to do it. So that is what I have for you, Capricorn. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And obviously, if you guys want to book a super chat question to get read during this live, then you can do so at HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis. Alrighty, let's go ahead and move on to Aquarius. What's going on, Aquarius? How you doing? Let's go ahead and take a look at you and your person. Feelings, Three of Pentacles reversed. How you see this person, King of Wands reversed. The Judgment reversed for their feelings. Jesus. And the Empress reversed for how they see you. Well, okay. Six of Swords reversed. Two of Swords reversed. My God, so many reversals. You had a disagreement with this person in the past. Maybe it was a misunderstanding. Maybe it was bigger than that. But the Three of Pentacles in reverse, not on the same page, not working well together. You feel like you and this person do not work well together. But you still want to revisit it anyway. And that's okay. Sometimes we need to do that. We need to see, can we actually make this work? Can we actually make it happen? The Two of Swords in reverse tells me that you're not here to avoid anything. You're not trying to avoid their truth, your truth, a conversation, accountability. I think that you're willing to revisit it and be very honest. I do want to see what that Six of Swords reversed is. The Hermit. You can be dealing with the Virgo for some of you. Ooh. It feels more like you are... Okay. You've separated for the people I'm talking to. You have separated from this person before. You have walked away from them before. And now something's happening again where you and this person are at a disagreement. And now what you're doing is you are going back to separating again. Okay. You are going back to rediscovering yourself. You are going back to your solo journey. Now, I'm not saying like you're breaking up with this person and you're shutting them out of your life forever. I mean, maybe for some of you, absolutely. But if there's the Three of Pentacles in reverse there, that means, okay, you're feeling like, I don't get along with this person. They don't get it. I don't get it. We're not on the same page. So I'm going to do what? Six of Swords reversed. I'm going to turn my ass around. Well, around to what? The Hermit, solo. I can't avoid it anymore. Two of Swords in reverse. This is a decision that you're making for you, not for them. You're making it for you. Okay, so maybe it's just like you just need to take some space. I don't know, but that's what I'm getting. How you see them is the King of Wands. Wow, this is very like Capricorn's person. How Capricorn viewed their person. That's interesting. Very similar. Besides the Temperance, King of Wands reversed with the Temperance and the Five of Wands. Well, I can't think of something to be less proud of. Not in regards to you per se, but the way that you perceive them. You look at them like somebody who is truly okay and at peace with being an asshat or with being egoic, with being butthurt, with being an asshole. You know, and I'm not saying that that's what they are, but that is what, to me, that's what this means. So it's almost like there's this constant drama or conflict between the two of you, and you feel like it's because of their ego, but they're like at peace with that. Well, I still want to create something with you. I still want to... You're like, how can I possibly sprout my wings in, you know, Hades' basement? Like, that's kind of what that looks like to me. Judgment reversed, Strength reversed, the Fool reversed. I mean, the Fool upright, excuse me. Yeah, so I mean, I don't feel like you're totally wrong. This reminds me of somebody who does something really stupid, like, and hurtful, and then when you confront them about it, they get a big ego about it to try to deflect or deviate. And they're like, anyway, what's for dinner? You know what I mean? And this person had some kind of weakness or has some kind of weakness that has gotten them in trouble before. But they're not willing to be honest about it, or they're not willing to change something, or you know what I mean? But they just want to move forward. Well, I know I had sex with your sister. Well, come on. You know, what's for dinner? I'd say that's what it is. The way that they see you is the Empress reversed, the Knight of Swords, the Justice reversed. Goodness gracious. What's that Justice reversed? The Five of Swords reversed. Good God Almighty. Aquarius, this is somebody who feels like you don't know your worth. You don't know how beautiful you are, or you don't know who you are, or you don't realize the worth that you actually hold. And this person feels like you could have all of the information regarding them, or all of the information to make the right decision for yourself, a balanced decision, and you don't make it anyway. And then you end up losing. That's how they see it. Whether that's true or not, I'm just telling you how they see it. Because, I mean, this is somebody that definitely feels like if they wanted to, they could take advantage, in my opinion. And they still feel like you have more questions about some injustices that you already actually have the answers to. You're just trying to prove your intuition wrong or something like that. The World reversed and the Knight of Wands. Like, I feel like the Knight of Wands is such a immature approach to the seriousness of the situation. The World is Saturnian. The Knight of Wands is like, yeah, let's go to a party. You want to do a cake stand? It's like, not with the World reverse. We don't have time for that. The World reverse is like, we have some serious shit that we need to finish or discuss or complete. And so I feel like there needs to be a desire to take this more seriously, but we can't force anybody to do that. So that means sometimes we have to take that into our own hands, whatever that means. So that is what I have for you, Aquarius. Thank you guys so much. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you want to book a super chat question to get read during this live, then you can do so at HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis. And last but not least, what's up, bestie? Oh, you made it home. I miss you. Come back. Come back. Pisces. All right, Pisces, let's go ahead and check it out. In your feelings, King of Swords reversed. How you see them, the Hangman. This can be reversed, okay? Could be another Pisces, could be an Aquarius. The Queen of Wands could be an Aries. Queen of Wands and their feelings. Ace of Swords in reverse for how they see you. Okay. I feel like this person reads you pretty well. The Eight of Cups. The Nine of Cups. Wow. Let me just see something here. Whoa. I'm just going to pull them all because I want to see. What are we walking away from? The Emperor reversed. Interesting. There's some things you're willing to admit to yourself that you don't know the answers to. There's an awareness that you don't have the answers to everything. And you may have felt for a very long time like you were trying to be something you're not in this connection, or just in general. And there's kind of this humility happening. Saturn and Pisces, Eight of Cups, which is where Saturn is now. There's kind of this level of humility around who you thought you were or who you think that you are. The Nine of Cups, though, is telling me because of this journey, abandoning who you're not to figure out who you are is leading you to exactly what you want. And you could feel like this person checks off a lot of boxes for you. But how you see them, the Hangman reversed, the Ace of Cups reversed, the High Priestess reversed, clarified by the Five of Pentacles reversed. You feel like this is a somewhat humble person in nature, but you feel like at times they tend to second guess themselves due to a lack of self-love. However, you feel like this person has great perspective. This person could have revealed something to you around an abandonment wound, or this person could have or will come out of the cold if there's been a separation. So there's a revealing of the Five of Pentacles in reverse. I'm overcoming my abandonment wounds. I want to reconnect. I've had issues feeling like I'm not enough. I'm overcoming that. I'm gaining perspective. I'm taking time to myself to figure these things out. It definitely looks like you see them as having gone through quite the journey. And you may feel like they're a bit drained. You may feel like they've ignored their intuition a lot or didn't quite trust themselves. And you also could feel like that led them to not living out their full potential in life with you, whatever that means. But with this person, strong attraction that they have for you. It's pretty damn strong. It's there. And they're not afraid of it. They're not going to sit around and act like they don't know what they want. They're not interested in doing that. They're interested in taking the lead and being authentic. And this person feels like hot shit, and they also in turn think that you're hot shit, and they're willing to take the chance. They're willing to take the risk. They're not going to sit around with their thumb up their ass. They're not going to sit around twiddling their thumbs. Whatever it is this person does with their thumbs is honestly not my business. But they're not going to sit around and wait for answers. They're going to create them. This is definitely the kind of person who had to work really hard to find their sense of confidence. This is somebody who is probably not going to let another person talk down to them. This is not somebody that you can take their shadow or you can take the stuff in their past and try and use it against them. This is somebody who has pretty much come into full circle with who they are for the most part, right? We're always on a journey. And how they see you, Ace of Swords reversed, the Tower, the Six of Wands. This person could have felt like you got a bit of an ego check. And they feel like you lack clarity in regards to what you need to let go of or what you need to change. Or it's that you don't really lack clarity in regards to what needs to be let go of or what needs to change. You just don't want to look at it. But they may feel like that's where your success is or will be. What's that Tower? The Devil reversed. I wonder if they feel like you finally let go of a lie you've been telling yourself. Or a truth that you've been seeking and you finally found. I mean, that's strong energy. That the Tower with the Devil reversed is like, okay, we have an awareness that there's a fear, there's a toxicity, there's an unhealthy obsession, there's an unhealthy attachment, and we have to let go of it. I have to let go of it. But it was something they feel like was external from you that caused this. Tell me about that Six of Wands. The Ten of Cups reversed. Oh, goodness gracious. It's almost like they feel as though you've had some success in some way, but you have a long way to go. Like, it's almost like, I don't know if they feel as though you're cheering too early or something like that. The Two of Pentacles for advice. The Seven of Pentacles reversed. This is a shit or get off the pot moment. And are we being practical about it? Are we being honest with ourselves? Are we wasting our time? Are we wasting somebody else's time? So now we're needing to really ask ourselves, we've come this far. Is it worth it to invest anymore, or are we kidding ourselves? So whether that's you, them that needs to ask this, the both of you. So that is what I have for you, Pisces. Thank you guys so much. I do hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. And obviously, if you want to book a super chat question to get read during this live, then you can do so at HYPSEE.com/Violetta Alexis. Alrighty. All right. I am going to use the restroom. Feel free to get your super chat questions in while I'm going and getting myself a Clementine, and I'll be right back. I also have to pee. Sorry. There it is. All right, cool. All righty. Be back. All right. Thank you so much for waiting. Bye, Enigma. You're so welcome. Good night, Tom. I can't get over how much you've grown and matured and engaged. Oh, thanks, Lindsay. I appreciate that. That's very kind. What in the hell? Alrighty. Ooh. That's so cute. Looks like a little butt, kind of. Okay. All right. First one. Bree, I want to know, what is it that I need to know that I'm not aware of, and how can I move up in life? I feel stuck. Sure. Page of Swords in reverse isn't my favorite. Page of Swords in reverse can be somebody in your life or around you that is attempting to gather information to use it against you, or somebody who's creating some kind of gossip, rumors, drama behind your back. Okay, so it could be a Gemini, maybe a Libra, maybe an Aquarius. But the pages are whatever element it is. So Page of Swords is air. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay. But all of the pages have the element of earth to them. So maybe earth. Why are they doing that? Let's see that. 9 of Wands. They want to win at something. The 9 of Wands can be like, if this is why they're doing this, if they're doing the Page of Swords reversed, gathering this information or talking badly about you to become or get the 9 of Wands, it's to win. The 9 of Wands can be about coming out on top. So maybe this person is very concerned with that. Let's see. The Wheel of Fortune. So this is about letting go of control. There may be something where you're trying too hard or you're pushing too hard towards the thing. And a lot of times when we do that, like, for instance, right? If somebody tries to pursue us, like, let's say, you guys know what I'm talking about. The guys in your Instagram that reply to like every single story you ever post. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, I love you. Hey, marry me. Whatever it is that they're saying, right? That's like, no. That's off-putting, right? It's like they're trying to beat a reply out of you. That's, and think about how you would react. Don't be that guy. You know what I mean? Like, don't be that person that tries too hard in regards to something. I think that what you need to do is have a lot more faith in what it is that you're trying to acquire or what it is that you're trying to accomplish. because I feel like you already have something. I feel like you already have something in the bag, but I feel like you second guess it or you question yourself. So if you go for a job interview, for instance, and people can feel like you're nervous or you're being kind of weird or sketched out about it or whatever, they're going to start getting sketched out, right? They're like, "Oh God, this is awkward," you know? So I think that working on your level of confidence with in yourself is going to be very important. I think it's also important that you have a private spiritual practice specifically, or it may also be that you're needing to educate yourself on the thing that you're trying to accumulate and or acquire. So the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter, so it can be about faith, yes, can be about religious and or spiritual practice, whatever the hell you're into. It can also be about learning. It can be about philosophy. It can be about your philosophy on life. It can be about your higher calling. It can be about the bigger picture. And this may be this focusing too much on the details of something as opposed to if you step back and see what it really is that you're supposed to be doing. What is the thing that you do best with the least amount of effort? Or how can you find it in your life to be able to have the confidence that you should have in order to obtain the things that you'd like to? So I feel like there's a little bit of work that needs to be done behind the scenes in regards to that. And it can also be about healing, but I hate to say that. I feel like that's every tarot reader's advice. Focus on healing. But thank you so much, Bree. That's what I have for you. And of course, the best of luck to you. Let me take another bite of this here. You're welcome, Kenneth. Have a great night, honey. What the hell? Why is my... So weird. Okay. Sorry about that. Thank you. Amanda, I am a Pisces and am inquiring about Lindsay, a Capricorn. Can you tell me anything about our relationship and where it is going? It was an intense spiritual connection. I'm also married to a Gemini, someone else, and we are separated. I filed for divorce, but he's really working on himself. Or should I just go into a whole completely new direction? I tried last year to go in another direction, and that was a complete fail. Since last fall, I've just focused on me and my healing and growing spiritually. Okay. All right, let me see where this connection between you and Lindsay is likely going to go. Hmm. Wow. Well, it's probably going to go somewhere if you wanted to, of course. The Hierophant, the Three of Swords reversed, and the Two of Wands. There's a level of comfort here, or will be if there's not already. And what is the comfort? The comfort is the Hierophant. The comfort is we agree on a lot of things, or we agree around our values, our morals, our spiritual or religious beliefs. There can be a foundation that's actually built through healing Three of Swords in reverse and overcoming our struggles together. And the Two of Wands tells me that that will likely lead to a breaking free or a coming out of our comfort zone in regards to healing, or with the way that we've always gone about things, especially in relationship dynamics. So this relationship can end up inciting change, and there can actually be something that we decide we're going to build on because we have a foundation. And the foundation is our morals, our values, etc., right? So I feel like that could be very positive. As far as, let's see what would happen if you continued with you you and the you and your husband. The Chariot. Mm. The Chariot, the Knight of Cups, the Lovers reversed. I don't want to tell you who to choose or what to do. I'm just going to tell you what would be. The Chariot represents this sense of courage, which means that there's fear. There's fear to move forward. There's a fear to reprioritize, to prioritize, to take action. But it is action that is from being inspired emotionally to protect something. And the Knight of Cups, double water here, shows me that there's romance, there's love, there's effort, but the Lover's reversed tells me that either it can be like, I don't want to say infidelity because the rest of the cards look good, although the Lovers in reverse can represent that, but it can end up being unrequited love. There can be a bit of a blame game scenario going on, or because what comes after the Hierophant, the Lovers, which is what you and Lindsay seem to may end up having in the future, but the Lovers in reverse comes after the Hierophant. But so when the Lovers is in reverse, it means that we're needing to go back to the Hierophant. And why are we needing to go back to the Hierophant? Because we may have skipped a step here where we thought we had a foundation to build off of because of X, Y, and Z, but really there's something missing here. It's not as solid as we thought. So while there's like a will, if there's a will, there's a way, there's still a disconnect. Your advice, the Death card and the King of Pentacles reversed. Well, Amanda, the King of Pentacles in reverse can be a masculine energy who is. So let me just tell you what the King of Pentacles in reverse is. The King of Pentacles in reverse can be the type of person to get into a relationship and move in with someone because they just want to split bills. The King of Pentacles in reverse can be somebody who's unstable. The King of Pentacles in reverse can be somebody who's not a very good provider, somebody who's not supportive, somebody who's non-committal. So if this is your advice and the Death is right in front of it, it's either saying that someone truly has to evolve, or maybe it's you. But it makes me feel like it's a masculine. So either a masculine truly has to evolve wholeheartedly, or it has to die. But that's what I have for you, Amanda. Obviously, I'm wishing you the best. You sound like you're in a pretty tough situation. Thank you so much. Then we have Day. What are Chad Duncan Libra's real intentions with his behavior with me, Pisces? Let me see. The Sun, the Four of Wands. Damn, girl, I feel like you always get good cards. Almost always. The Sun, the Four of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles. I mean, damn, girl. This person loves how you make them feel. And I think that this is somebody who is very optimistic about the situation. I think that you light this person up. I think this person wants to make you happy. I'd be shocked if there's a separation, because this looks like somebody who just thinks you're the belle of the ball, thinks you're the the wife type, or thinks that you are, I don't know. I don't want to say the love of his life. I don't want to jump that far ahead, but it's a beautiful, celebratory, committal, gorgeous energy. This person, at least from what I can see, has very positive intentions with you. I don't see a lick of negativity here. Obviously, it's only 3 cards. Okay, you can always book a full reading if you want, but that looks fabulous. Let's see. Mm. Mm. The moon, the 7 of cups, the 8 of pentacles reversed. This is like under the surface. Like it almost feels like this is what drives it. There is this person very much attaches you to a motherly figure, or attaches you to maybe even someone he feels like he can be vulnerable with. But there's a lot of fantasy behind this. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors. There's a lot of sexual fantasy that this person may have around you. But the 8 of pentacles in reverse tells me that there's not a true effort, or there's not something stable here. It's almost like with that Queen of Pentacles, because I feel like that's you. It's almost like you're the stable one in some way. And stability doesn't necessarily have to mean money. It can mean many different things. It can be more mentally stable or more emotionally stable. I do believe that there is a bit of a fearful energy. They don't really know what they're going to get sometimes. And I feel like this person has to learn to master their own emotions to understand themselves. Your advice, the 8 of Wands reversed, the Ace of Wands reversed. Weirdest thing. As soon as I saw this, I heard, don't pressure yourself into doing something if you don't want to do it. Like, don't force something. Like, don't force it if you're not truly inspired by it. I don't know why I got that, but that's what I got. You know what I mean? Like, don't go along with something just because this XYZ. You know what I mean? Like, speak up about it. Thank you so much, Day. That's what I got for you. Okay, Ash, please don't read out loud. I gotcha. Of course. Okay. Six of Pentacles, you have enough and you are enough. And I think that you're going to have enough support if that's what you're afraid of, whether it's emotional, financial, whatever it may be. I feel like you are enough and you have enough. This, ooh, 2 sixes in tarot is so good. I think the rest of this year, especially the next 6 months specifically, 6 plus 6 equals 12. The next year, the next 12 months, but the next 6 months specifically, I feel like are going to really look up for you in ways that you don't realize. I think you're going to reconnect with your niece with that 6 of cups there. Sorry. I don't know if I was supposed to say that out loud. It was just, I think you're going to connect with that person, the person you want to connect with. And I think that you will end up having the support to be able to do so. Page of Pentacles. I feel like you will be able to have the support. I feel like you will have the support to be able to do so. And things are going to get better for you. It may even be that you start to write something, or it may be that some idea, you end up getting some kind of offer for some kind of idea. It can be through some kind of talent, gift, skill, or ability that you have. Something can really start to move forward, but you have to build it, or you have to truly learn it or put in the effort towards whatever it is. Page of Cups in reverse. Immediately what I got was stop psyching yourself out about something. That might sound insensitive. I don't know what it's about, but I immediately, that's what I heard, so I have to say it out loud. So it was an interesting take on the Page of Cups in reverse. Usually the Page of Cups in reverse can represent somebody who's like playing victim, or somebody who's too afraid to be vulnerable or lacking vulnerability, or somebody who's emotionally manipulative. But it was weird because the first thing that I heard was stop psyching yourself out of something, or something like that. The Nine of Pentacles, I feel like you have everything that you need already, just you. You have everything that you need. The Nine of Pentacles is about individuality, it's about self. The Nine of Pentacles is fully independent. She has everything that she needs. She's relaxing, she's chilling, she's not worried about shit, she's enjoying her life. Your emotions are what's going to trip you up. I think that working on your emotional stability, working on how you cope with your emotions, working on controlling your emotions, working on maturation. Not saying you're immature, but we can always be more mature, right? That's like fucking what age is supposed to be all about, right? But working on any kind of trust issues, childhood trauma, these things are going to be very important for you with where it is that you're going for some reason. And I almost feel like there's a way that you can use what it is that you have gone through from an emotional standpoint and apply it to something that you end up being successful at, or something like that. I hope that made sense. The Star reversed and the Five of Cups reversed. There's, once again, there's something. So the Star in the upright, not only is this hope and healing, but it can also be about where we're needing to share something with others. We're needing to share our wisdom, right? Because it's Aquarius, it's the knowledge bearer. What do you know about the past? What have you been through that you can share with others? Because the Star is in reverse, which tells me don't not share it. Okay. Because you have something to work with, but it's asking you to see what you have to work with in order to make it work for you. Thanks a lot, Ash. I really appreciate that. You know what? Maybe I'll just stop reading everybody's aloud, because I just never know and I don't want to piss anybody off. Let me go ahead and do these real quick. Ouch. All right, Deb. Okay. Two of Cups, Three of Cups for intentions. I mean, this is somebody who feels deeply understood by you. They may want a reconciliation if there's been a separation, but more than anything, they want connection, camaraderie, the deeper connection. They want conversation. The Two of Cups, Venus and Cancer. Hello, Venus, relationships, money, love. Three of Cups, Mercury and Cancer. Deep conversation, understanding conversation. I mean, double Cancer energy. I mean, I love Cancerian energy. Sorry, the Two of Cups is Venus and Cancer. The Three of Cups is Mercury and Cancer. So this to me feels like a very deep bond. This person may even feel protective over it in some way, because Cancer can be very protective over what it loves. Tell me who this person truly is. That's what I want to see. The Knight of Pentacles reversed and the Ten of Wands reversed. Sometimes this person may lack proper effort. Like, this person may sometimes have their head in the clouds or be like, oh my God, and like fall in love and have all of these emotions. But when it comes to putting in a gallant effort, or when it comes to really working on it, sometimes they may slip, or they may end up overthinking things and then like stop what they're doing, or not complete everything that they start, or be critical of others, which in turn usually means that that's a person who's very critical of themselves. They can care too much about what people think. So there could be some issues around that, but I feel like their intentions are really positive. Thanks a lot, Deb. Of course, best of luck to you. Alexis. Okay. Okay. Oh my God. Girl, you got a 6-card pull for that? I just can't. Okay, well, let me see. Well, alrighty. It's saying yes, but you got to be smart about it, right? So this is not the time where we are, um, how can I say this without giving it away? This is not the time where we are, playing rodeo. This is not the time where we are really going for it. This is not the time, right? It's asking you to be very wise when it comes to how you're doing that. I think that with the Queen of Swords, I think it's a yes. I think that you can. But the Queen of Swords is about being smart about it. Okay? So this is not this is not the time to pull out the bells and the whistles and you know what I'm saying? Okay? Catch me? Got me? Good. Let's see how the vacation is going to go. Seven of Wands. There may be an instance where somebody is going to feel the need to defend themselves over somebody else's worry. So I don't know if this is like, he ends up seeing some guy trying to talk to you or something like that. And then, he gets defensive, and then you feel like you have to stand up for yourself. Or if it's not anything necessarily to do with what's happened at the vacation. So there may be a little bit of a debacle around that. What's that? The King of Cups reverse. It can kind of feel like somebody is maybe not being super emotionally mature. Um and so that could also, and it feels like it's a masculine. So the King of Cups in reverse is a masculine, somebody who's not being super mature, somebody who's maybe blowing smoke because they want to avoid something or whatever. So there might be a little bit of that, but I don't think it's going to be all bad, okay? I feel like with the 7 of Wands, maybe it can be worked through. Ace of Pentacles. Okay. So there may be a new opportunity, or you guys end up doing something that you've never done before, or maybe you guys decide to take something to the next level. Okay, it's going to be a hard road ahead, right? Is what the Ace of Pentacles is, but I feel like you both are willing in some way. Let's see advice. Ooh, 5 of Cups reversed in the Lovers. I feel like there's strong love here. I feel like there's strong intimacy here. But I think that with that 5 of Cups in reverse, there has to be something that's forgiven or understood, whether that's your side, his side, the both of you. Usually it works both ways. But the 5 of Cups in reverse can also be like, hey, I know this happened. I know that we can be focused on the past sometimes. But what can we do with the information that we have now? And how can we take what's left and build something that's worth a shit at the end of the day? Okay. So I feel like having conversation, having deep talks, things like that are really going to benefit the both of you with this trip specifically. But for the initial question, yes, don't be an idiot about it. It's nice to see you, Alexis. I hope everything works out. Okay, Myra. Okay, you're very welcome, of course. I think you mean conjunct your MC. Well, when you put if you're talking about your MC, a lot of the times when you put like if somebody has their moon conjunct your MC, it can just be that sometimes there can be a big display of emotions uh towards the house person or towards the moon person, to be quite frank. I see it work both ways. So it can just feel like maybe there are public displays of affection, or this person kind of tells all, or you do when it comes to the relationship. So it can feel like something that should be private, right? Moon, which naturally rules the fourth house, which is private, is out there in the public arena. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, now what's private is public. So it can kind of be like that. As far as his north node conjunct your Venus, um the north node person is always going to want more and more and more of whatever the planet person has to offer or the house person has to offer. So, I had my north node in somebody's 8th house before. What is 8th house? Sex, right? It can't be money sometimes, but it can also be the secrets and the depth and the psychology, and I was very intrusive when it came to this person. And I wanted a lot of sex with this person, and I wanted to know all their secrets. I wanted to know the truth. So with this person having the North Node conjunct your Venus, they could want your beauty, your energy, what you bring to your value, your love. They're gonna want a relationship regardless. The North Node is the dragon head. Conjunct Venus. Venus is about relationships. So I'm not really surprised. And it's relationship with you. This person wants you, your physical body, your beauty, right? Venus in the first house, I'm assuming. I think that's what you said. So let's see. I want to see what their true intentions are. This so it's not bad. I think it's pretty good. I think that with the 5 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles, this person is quite future focused. I think that they're quite future focused about it. So they may be like, you know what, I really want a relationship with this person. 10 of Pentacles. Like, I believe everything that you said with the cards that came out and with what you told me astrologically. So somebody who's thinking ahead, somebody who's planning for the future for you, with you. But the 5 of Wands can it tells me that there is a little bit of this person's ego attached to it. Like, I think that this person may be like, yeah, like, this is the one to marry, or this is the one to, you know, because you make them look good or something like that. And I don't think it's just that, but I do think that their ego is attached to it. And with most men, it's usually like that. I wanted to pull one more just to see. So what you should do, this is what I got. The Chariot, the Page of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles. If this is somebody that you feel emotionally inspired by and it scares you, go for it. Um, I mean, like, scares you in a good way, not like it scares you like this person is dangerous, okay? if it's just like, oh, like I don't really know if I, if I really want to open myself up again or be vulnerable, you don't have to play all your cards. You don't have to do any of that. You can just start really small, Page of Wands. I don't think that you need to be pressured into a relationship by any means. I think that you need to put yourself first with that Nine of Pentacles. It should be at your pace and when you feel comfortable enough. When somebody is given an ultimatum or when somebody is being pressured into a relationship, they don't usually turn out well. So, what I want to say is put yourself first. It's at your pace. And if this person is not willing to wait, not that their intentions are bad per se, but if they're not willing to wait, then they must not want you that bad. So, those are my thoughts. The hell? Okay. Thank you so much, Myra. We have Jay. Oh, I love you too. Oh, no. Okay. Five of Swords, Page of Pentacles reversed. I pulled an extra one with the Hangman because I said, well, what are you asking Jay to do towards this person? And I got the Hangman. So this tells me not to try too hard. Don't try too hard. Don't pull all the bells and whistles. Don't do that. I feel like what this is trying to teach you is to hang back and gain perspective. There's something that you're needing to let go of or release within you first before you can really, I guess I want to say, be with anyone or even be with this person. So I don't know what that is. Is it trauma? Is it a certain attachment style? But whatever it is, it's asking you to sit back, spend some time alone, and try to see something clearly. The Hangman always reminds me of that example that I give people when I'm like, okay, when you're super close to a situation, you can't always see it correctly, right? It's when you remove yourself and kind of detach and see things from like a third eye that things start to make sense. So, and I always give this example, so please excuse me to my dragons who watch me all the time. But if I blindfold you and I put your ass right in front of a painting and I take the blindfold off and you're looking at the painting and I tell you to open your eyes and you look and I'm like, what is the painting of? Well, if you're this close, you're just gonna be like, shit, I can't see anything. I think there's maybe some black in there, some blue, right? Now, if I blindfold you again, I tell you to take 10 steps backwards and then I take off the blindfold and I tell you to open your eyes. Now you can see it, right? You can see that the painting is a little man in the boat with a lighthouse, blah, 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 blah. There's a sea monster there, whatever the thing is. So I feel like you need space from this right now to see something more clearly and to gain perspective. And you'll understand why I said that in time. Thank you so much, Jay. I really appreciate that. We have Shay. Okay, let me see. You need to listen to your gut. I feel like you asking me already is enough of an answer, maybe. Okay, only you can decide that for yourself. But with that Knight of Swords and the Temperance in reverse, it's almost like when somebody keeps looking for an answer that they already know, but they're looking for an external source to lead them in a different way because they don't want to make the decision, or they don't want to make the decision for themselves, or they're trying to look for maybe a confirmation or the opposite of that when it comes to the answer that they already have. You need to listen to your gut on that. And I feel like you already know the answer. You already know the answer. And I don't know what that means for you, but you already have it. Thank you. Playboy Bunny, what are Jonathan's thoughts about me currently? Okay. King of Wands in reverse, Two of Wands. I feel like this person either got their feelings hurt by you for whatever reason, but it's more of like this person easily got their feelings hurt over something small. This person can also be making ego-based decisions. So all their decisions right now may be being made around their ego, or they understand that they're acting from their ego in some way, and they know that they have to do different, be different, decide different. So I feel like they're trying to make a decision around this, and they may feel like they're needing to come out of their comfort zone to do it, but their ego could be holding them back about you. Thanks a lot, Playboy. Playboy. Let me see the thoughts first. Well, I wanted to ask like what his opinion of you is. The Devil, the Four of Pentacles, double Capricorn energy. This person may feel like you have this is going to sound so corny. It's going to sound like a damn fantasy novel. This person may feel like you have a deep power within you, but you may hold it back or you may reserve it. Or in regards to maybe sexual intimacy, or maybe in regards to your fears or your fixations or whatever it is, this person may feel like you hide it, or you fear it yourself, or you try to keep it all contained sometimes. Feelings, Knight of Wands reversed and the Nine of Swords. This person seems to be stressed out over something, so they're kind of like a dog chasing their tail. I think that there's passion here, but it's like here for a good time, not for a long time. Or it's just that there's an inconsistency here because of some kind of fear, some kind of perceived notion, some kind of made up anxiety, whatever it is. It's a fear that is creating this inconsistency of the mind, which may even play out in their actions. Thank you, Playboy. Sonia. Hmm. Okay. There's some Six of Cups in reverse and the Ten of Swords in reverse. There's something that you are holding on to, or there's either a grudge that you're holding on to, or there's a relationship, or there may be a maturation that needs to happen based around the things that you have been through. So this can be like, you know, I really want to become a CEO, or I really want to have my own business, but my routines suck, right? So that might mean, okay, we're needing to really throw down the hatchet. We're really needing to wake up at a better time, go to sleep at an earlier time. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that that's exactly what it is, but a maturation so that way we can evolve. But we have to make that decision for ourselves. So I don't know what that is. I don't know if like maybe there's some procrastination that you have, but I feel like you have this God-given gift, and it's almost as if I don't know if you ignore it or it's just something you feel like you can exercise right now, but there's something about that as well. And that specific thing may actually end up helping you towards your sense of evolution. Yeah, once again, now we have the Ace of Cups, Three of Swords in reverse. So there's an opening of the heart space, or there's a need to open up the heart space in some kind of way. Maybe there's a need for creativity. Maybe you're needing to heal through creativity. But I think that closing yourself off, or like easier said than done, right? Like obviously what you're going through is incredibly difficult. So it's easy for me to sit up here at a desk behind a fucking light and a camera and be like, "Oh yeah, you just got to do better." I get it, okay? But I think that the longer that you stay in this place, mentally or emotionally, the longer you're going to see it manifest in your physical reality. And so there kind of needs to be this like pulling yourself up from your bootstraps moment. There needs to be an honesty and emotional vulnerability with self in regards to how you need to do that, why you need to do that, when you're going to do it. So, that's what I have for you. And obviously, I hope that everything gets better. I'm so sorry. I really do. Thank you so much, Sonia. All right, guys, I gotta get out of here. Oh, what's up, Ollie? Hello. I hope you're okay. What's up, Bad Lady Vet? Anytime. Oh, sorry, Lala. Sorry. I didn't know. I don't know which one was yours. I don't know. There was a few of them in there. But yeah, you guys, all right, I got to get out of here. Obviously, if you guys ever want to book a full reading with me, you can do so. You can either do it on HYPSEE or you can go to my website, violettaalexis.com, and do it there. I love all of you. A special shout out to Lori. Lori, you are absolutely incredible. Thank you for all your help. I hope that you guys have a wonderful night, and hopefully I will talk to you guys soon. Bye for now.